up, everybody? It is I, Sehatha, your all-purpose oracle, medium at large, and prognosticator extraordinaire, otherwise known as the Blind Seer. I'm keeping my voice down a little bit because I didn't expect to be up all night doing this, but that's kind of what happened. And I spent all day drinking coffee, trying to get up the energy to do these videos, and things kept happening, and I'd have to wait until I finished this, or I'd have to take care of that first. The girls really needed my attention, so I didn't get to these until until I got the kids to bed. And then as soon as I get started, one of my daughters came in, and she couldn't sleep because her stomach hurt. And if you have kids, you know where this is going, and I don't know how many of you have ever had to clean up vomit with a mop and dustpan because you don't have anything else to use. It takes a long time and it's incredibly unpleasant. So that was my night. But I drank like 8 cups of coffee yesterday too. I usually don't do caffeine whenever I'm dealing with like emotional stuff because it makes me anxious and it makes me overthink, and like the last thing I need is more energy to brain with. So I've been drinking like half a cup every morning. I make a cup of coffee in the morning, I drink half of it, and I forget it. That's been me for like 2 weeks or so, maybe a little longer now. And I drank like 8 cups of coffee yesterday. So I'm back on what I like to refer to as my 10-36 or 36-10 schedule, where I have this weird form of insomnia. I'm mostly nocturnal, so being awake during the day to take care of my kids, it's kind of messed me up lately. But also, sometimes I go on this weird kick for a week or two where I'll be awake for 36 hours and then I'll sleep for like 10. And I don't know why that is or why that's more natural. I'll be awake for, most of a night and half of a day. And I don't know, it's a weird thing, but I'm feeling a little more connected tonight. The videos have been really on point today, guys. This is some of my best work. So whatever I've got going on, it's working. And I call this the Temple of Chaos for a reason, and that is the exact same reason why I am High Priest of the Discordian Society. And I assure you, these are things that I've earned in very real and valid ways, but I thrive in chaos, guys, and this is, as much as it's exhausting and overwhelming at times and stuff, this is the life I always wanted. Me and my kids, and me taking care of them and educating them, and not just the school stuff. I'm teaching them so much more. That's why it's a lot of work. But this is the life I always wanted, and suddenly I find myself unexpectedly just having that. So I don't know. I'm feeling really plugged in tonight, though, and I'm talking a lot because I think that's a combination of way too much caffeine and the fact that I've been cooped up in a 1-bedroom apartment with a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, and most of my conversations are about Minecraft and Minecraft-related things. So it's just nice to talk about stuff for a while, I think. And also, like, I'm bouncing back. I'm sort of getting my energy again, and I think I forgot how good I am on my own sometimes, and there was a lot of bad energy that was blocking a lot of things, and now that that's out of the way, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable I'm getting more comfortable in front of the camera, and that's making me a little more confident to talk a little more and to discuss some things that I hadn't before. And so I really appreciate the feedback I get from you guys, because I don't watch other tarot readers. It's never been my thing, so I don't know what the audience expects from someone doing this other than the vague things that I've heard from other people who do watch them. I probably should, if only for research. I just don't. I can't get into it. I'd rather just do my own thing and attract the people that I attract, but I do appreciate the feedback, knowing what you guys like, what works for you, and what you get the most out of. And people already are really responding to the videos I've done tonight and letting me know that they enjoy my ramblings and tangents and all the... I'm like an information sponge, and somebody is ringing me out tonight. So I mentioned some things about that in some of the other videos too. I have a tendency of like repeating similar versions of the same thing in every video, and I gotta stop doing that. I don't like that. Anyway, we're gonna do water signs. I I felt like for the longest time I did water signs a disservice, and I've heard back from so many of you guys and gotten so much love and appreciation. And you guys, you've become one of my favorite elements of the zodiac wheel, just for all of the cool, great energy and just the cool people. And I tend to think of myself as an Aquarius. That's for whatever reason I'm biased, but in that direction. But I'm born at almost degrees between Aquarius and Pisces, so I'm just as much a water sign as I am an air sign, for the most part. So you guys have really helped me to embrace that aspect of myself, and I want to thank you for that, because the Piscean side of myself was something I always kind of shoved away, because Aquarius seems more interesting and exciting. And I don't mean to disparage Pisces. You guys are actually really awesome. It just took me a while to appreciate that about you, and that helped me appreciate that about myself. So thank you guys for that. And let's see if we can do a really good reading for you guys like I did for the other elements. Get my pendulum. So we want whatever reading will be the most beneficial for the water signs in my audience, for the water signs in the lives of anyone watching, for my page, my business, my family, for anyone watching my channel, and everyone involved with this video. That seems to be going to the right. By the way, I'm not going to repeat all the stuff I said in other videos, but I have dropped a lot of information tonight, so it might be worth, even if it's not your element or not your sign, or just going through the ones that I've posted today. And I have dropped so much knowledge today, guys. Like, I'm giving myself a headache and a sore throat from all the talking I've done. But we are now at the end. We're finally reaching the end of a long, strange night after a long, strange month, and we are going to get right into this with Cancer. I've almost got this little note card memorized, guys. I won't have to keep looking over it eventually. I'm going to have a cigarette. I almost asked if you don't mind, but you don't really get a say in that. You have the Tower inverted, Cancer. So I'll let you guys have a look at the artwork on this. You have the Tower inverted. So maybe you were anxious that things were going to be rough, or that something bad was going to happen to you and it hasn't. Or that, I don't know, I need a little more information on that, because it's just like, the Tower is a really complicated card. Like, straightforward. When it's right side up, its meaning is very simple. When it's inverted, it's a little more ambiguous. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, Cancer, in the next position. I explained in the last video, Earth signs, I think, why I do the 3 card readings instead of other forms. So if you ever wondered about that, you should check that out. And the Page of Cups. So, Cancer, I feel like you narrowly avoided a disaster or something, or you felt like something bad was going to happen, but didn't. There's a fear, an unfounded fear, I guess is a good way to put it. That it's weird to have that in the starting position. That's what's making the interpretation would be a lot simpler were it in a different spot. So, the Queen of Pentacles and Page. Okay, so things are going pretty well for you, and you're not encountering the kind of disaster that you expected. You maybe felt like you were going to have a lot of struggles, but right now things aren't the best. It's the Queen of Pentacles, but it is inverted. So you have enough for now. And maybe that's what the Tower inverted is. That you're good for now, but that may not last. And the Page of Cups shows that a new emotional cycle beginning. So I don't know. This one's really tough, guys. Cancer, you got something really complicated going on here. The tower inverted really throws me. So I'm gonna just do that as the literal interpretation. Things are good for you right now. The tower inverted is like success, well-being, goodness, health, whatever, and you feel like that's stable right now. You're at the peak of the waveform, but it's inverted. So the Queen of Pentacles, it could transversely be that things are good now, but you know that that's not something that's going to last. And pretty soon you're going to start dealing with that feeling. It's going to become, yeah, I think that's where I'm going with this. I mean, things are good. You're doing pretty well, and it seems fairly stable, but it's not. It's not going to last, and you're already feeling that, I think. This is such a complicated. Sometimes there's such a big message that in 3 cards it's really hard to piece out. But I think I'm starting to see this, like, you you had some worries and some concerns, and now you feel like you're in the clear and everything is a little better and it's okay, and you're for the most part stable and doing well. But it's time to let go. You can let go of the old fears, but it is time to worry a little bit that preserving your situation, Cancer. Let go of the old feelings and the old fears and stuff, and take an assessment of where you're at, what you're going to need, what you're going to run out of first. It's you may have been so distracted with this anxiety and fear that you were feeling that you didn't put you weren't able to put the effort into preparation that maybe you needed to, and that's where this like short, it's not, I wouldn't say short runway, but like there's a time limit on how well you're going to be okay if you don't put in a little work, and you need to start, your heart needs to be into that instead of worry, fear and worry right now. And you guys are a really emotional sign, so that's a thing that's going to be difficult for you. But the fear and anxiety from that you thought you were going to have to deal with, this tower that you thought was going to collapse on you, it's not going to come. You dodged that bullet, but you still got to. It's not time to rest. You shouldn't really celebrate or anything, because there's immediate needs that are coming up that you're going to have to address, and you need to start putting your attention towards that. Is what I'm getting at. I'm sorry. This is such a hard reading. I'm going to call it on that one. If you guys, Cancer, need any more clarification, like, there's a new cycle of emotional energy, and what I'm reading that here as is letting go of the fear of the thing that you have been dreading, and putting that emotional energy towards this new task of maintaining and surviving. Is the best way I can sum that up. I'm sorry if that's a little scattered. Like I said, I've been rambling a lot. I'm starting to. I always do this too. You guys are the last ones on the list, so I'm always tired by the time I get to these. So we're gonna do Scorpio. Best of luck, Cancer. I hope that was helpful. A lot of times I feel bad about a reading, or I feel like I didn't really get a clear message or get out what needed to be said, and then somebody will hit me up and it's exactly what they needed to hear. So I'm just going to leave that one as it is. And so for Scorpio, we have the Four of Pentacles. You're conserving your supplies. You're probably quarantined, staying at home, like that. 4 in the earthly sphere, if you put that like stay put energy, that pressure valve 4 stuff that I always talk about, if you apply that to the earthly suit in the living arrangement type situation, this could mean like you're just shut up at the house, or that you're trying to ration out the things that you need to make them last, probably because you're shut up at the house. But anyway, this is probably someone staying at home. That's been coming up a lot, so much. The 8 of Pentacles. I love the artwork on this card. this deck in general, but just anyway, inverted. 8 of Pentacles inverted. So you're keeping yourself indoors. You're conserving your necessities and things like that. But it seems like you're succumbing to the depression or the fear or the worry or whatever it is. There's some negative emotional energy starting to come up for you. And that's something a lot of people are having to deal with now. That there's so much stuff that we throw ourselves into, like work and like daytime concerns, and so many things that we'd just rather not deal with, so we do other things so that we don't have to do these. And now that we're all stuck at home, we really don't have anything else to do except those things. So this is the kind of thing that's coming up for a lot of people. So it's probably, I don't know, I'll get Death inverted. This has come up so much lately, guys. And this is what I'm talking about. I've been going on about this all night, so I'm going to go on about it some more right here. Death inverted represents a transformation that needs to take place but is being resisted, or the need to move on but hesitating. And like, I feel like Scorpio, you need a change, is what this is telling you. That this fear and anxiety, because I feel like that's where this is coming from. Like the hardcore rationing energy that I'm getting here. I feel like you are like on absolute lockdown, trying really hard to make everything last and make everything work, and it's bringing you a lot of like anxiety and worry, and probably a lot of like anger towards others who aren't putting the same effort in, and just things like that. There's a lot of negative emotion coming from this effort to put everything on lockdown and keep it under control. And you got to change. You've got to lighten up. It's not healthy to do that to yourself, for one thing. Plus, this is going to go on for a long time. Whatever it is you have shut up in there with you, it's not going to last throughout the whole thing. I know there's a lot of debate, and I'm not going to say this as if it's like gospel, or even that I've gotten this from any kind of source anywhere other than my own observations from my unique perspective of being in a few different positions to talk to lots and lots of people all over the world. I don't see this coming to an end anytime soon. So you're going to have to start putting yourself out a little bit more. You got to ease up on the lockdown and the rationing and stuff, and realize that life has to go on while this is occurring. That's a good message for you, Scorpio, that things have to be different, yes, but life still has to go on while things are different. And I'm not encouraging you to not stay indoors as much as possible, but that doesn't mean you absolutely can't go out if you need things. I mean, as long as you take necessary precautions, like use sanitary wipes on grocery carts, wash your hands with soap and water, not with hand sanitizer. Use soap and water, guys. Watch my videos and you'll see why. I've explained it several times, but it breaks down the oily membrane around this particular virus and is quite devastating to it. So wash your hands with soap and water when you come back in, and for the most part, you should be fine. You might be in a delicate situation, which I do understand. A lot of people are, and that increases your fear of going out and exposing yourself to risk that will then expose the people that you care about. But you're going to drive yourself crazy trying so hard to maintain this level of intensity for the entire duration of this very significant historical event. I guess I don't know what to call it. YouTube apparently has kind of cracking down on the use of the C word, C virus. So I'm trying not to say that. I don't really know what else I don't know how to describe this in good ways, but this is going to go on for a long time, Scorpio, and you're not going to be able to just ride it out. You're going to have to adapt. You're going to have to make some changes. You're going to have to take some risk. I know that I'm not encouraging you to take risks. I'm saying that you're going to have to accept that survival will include taking some risk, and you have to take that risk with precaution. But you're in for a long haul, Scorpio, and being super rigid right off the bat sets the bar too high for you. It's too much of a threshold to maintain. It's a lot of stress on you, and it's going to be stress on everyone around you too. And it's going to cause a lot of conflict, and you're already starting to feel the negative aspects of it, and that's only going to get worse. So ease up a little. You guys are super intense anyway, and that's sort of your go-to, especially in times of crisis. You get super intense, and I applaud your take charge efforts, and it sounds like you are doing a lot of the right things, but you don't have to go overboard with it, is the point I'm trying to make. You have to understand that this is going to go on for a while, and you're going to have to make plans around that idea. And I hope that was helpful. I'm going to end up just rambling on and repeating, but take it seriously by all means. I'm not saying that it's not a risk. I'm not saying that it's not a dangerous situation that we're all in, but it's not going to be a quick or short dangerous situation that we're all in, and we're all going to have to figure out ways to work around that. So best of luck to you, Scorpio. Give yourself a break. It's going to be a long haul, and if you're pushing yourself that hard, you're going to crack, and you're no good to anybody if that happens. So ease up on yourself for the sake of everyone else, and I wish you the best of luck. I'm going to move on and do Pisces now. Yes, Pisces. Okay, I had to check, guys. It's been such a long, weird night. Pisces, you have the Page of Swords. Pisces is on to a new idea, a new viewpoint, a new perspective, maybe I like the word paradigm for the royal suits and the aces of swords. So a new paradigm, a new way of looking at the world, a new way of operating, something like that. A new cycle of mental energy has come for you, Pisces. The Hanged Man. I've talked about this card before and its significance. It has more of a backstory than some of the other tarot cards. Like, they all have information on why they are what they are, but this one in particular represents a very significant religion, or a very significant mythological tale from my ancestors and my people. So it's about lessons learned from suffering, and whatever new path you're on, Pisces, it's not going to be easy, and you're gonna learn a lot from trial and error. It looks like you're gonna kind of have to feel your way around until you figure out how not to bump into everything, as a blind guy way to put it. So you've got the Four of Wands inverted. Don't let that kill your enthusiasm. I think that's what the message here is, that you're starting something new, which, congratulations. Not so many people are hesitating on that step, and that's a big part of transitioning into this new phase of our reality that we're all working our way into. So congratulations right off the bat for taking the initiative to step into this new thing and to run with it. However, as proud as I am of you for that, you need to be aware that this is not going to be easy. It's going to be a painful process of trial and error until you figure out what you're doing and you really get a handle on it, because it is something new and you're going to have to learn as you go. So, like all learning experiences, we usually learn the most by messing up or getting hurt. So whatever it is that you're stepping into, it's going to be a little rough. You may suffer, you may struggle, it may be painful. I never like telling people that, but it's for a purpose, and you are going to learn and grow so much from it. And then the Four of Wands here, the reason I went back and did all of those instead of going into this card, like reasserted all of that, is to get into that the Four of Cards, or the Four of Wands card here, is telling you not to hold back, to throw yourself at this with all your spirit, full force, all your fire, full steam ahead, Pisces. This is where you're meant to go. This is a big, important step for you. Whatever it is that you're starting out on, it's a significant chapter of your life, and it's going to be a rough one. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I never do that. I try to express things in the gentlest way possible, but I'm never going to sugarcoat anything. So this isn't going to be easy. Parts of it are going to be painful, and you're going to learn so much that it's worth it. It's incredibly vital, Pisces, that whatever this is, the cards are telling you, like I said, the Four is that conservation, that pressure valve, that holding things back until the time is right. This is telling you not to do that. This is the opposite of that. This is diving headfirst, full steam, right into whatever this is that you're doing. And parts of it might suck, but the only way to become a master of something is to suck at something new for a long time. So whatever unpleasantness you're going to go through in the beginning stages of whatever it is you're trying to do, it's going to get you where you want to go with this. And if you put your entire being into it, if you make yourself all about it, and you're willing to endure whatever it takes to get there, the cards are telling you that you can do this. Whatever it is, whatever this ambition, whatever this new idea that you're working on, it is within your power to achieve it, Pisces. But it's going to take everything that you got. Fair trade. If you want it bad enough, it's yours. But it's going to have to be your entire focus. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to be willing to suffer for it if it's really that important. And I feel like it is. Otherwise, the cards wouldn't be telling you to just throw yourself into it. So, full steam ahead, Pisces. I wish you the best of luck. That's kind of what I'm doing here tonight, is just throwing my all into these videos, and that's what you need to do in whatever it is that has come up new in your life, Pisces. And I'm going to call it quits. It's been such a long night. I'm so tired, guys. I've got so much work to do today, and I'm only going to get a few hours nap in at this point. So I wish you guys the best of luck. I wish you the best of health. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and all the feedback that I've already gotten from the videos that I posted. I know these are a little different. I'm rambling a lot. I'm throwing in a lot of extra information. And if you guys enjoy these, and you don't mind me being a little off topic sometimes to make a point, let me know and drop a comment, some feedback, whatever. Let me know so that I know whether I should, I want to give you guys what you get the most out of. So if that's this, that's what we'll do. And if you would like to help me out and toss a coin to your seer, there's plenty of links down in the description where you can figure out ways to do that. Check those out while you hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. And be sure that if you do, or you've already subscribed, that you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I post new videos. Otherwise, YouTube's not going to tell you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It took a lot to get these videos out. I didn't expect that I was so determined to do it tonight. I didn't expect it was going to take all night, but I really hope that you guys get a lot out of these. Specifically took a break before the water sign so I could give you guys more of my energy. So I really appreciate all the love I get from the water signs and from all the other signs too, but you guys have really been cool to me, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much. I really hope that these readings were helpful, and that's just a little way of me showing my appreciation. I hope I'll see you next time.